He would be his own man because he knew he's loved by the Father. And so he could stand up to being criticized, to being misunderstood. He was unafraid of being uncool. Recently, I purchased a parenting book because I need help like anyone else. And this one book is Hold On to Your Kids by Gordon Neufeld. It's been around for a while, but one of his greatest insights is that one of the greatest gifts you can give your kid is the courage to be unpopular. Psychologists call this self-differentiation. The New Testament calls this soberness or sobriety. It's knowing what the crowd wants, how the crowd is pressuring you one way, but instead able to choose a path of integrity instead. To say, I know who I am. I'm not going with the crowd. And this is a sobriety, a self-differentiation Jesus shows again and again and again. And this is what Jesus desires from us as his followers, that we would not be tossed and turned. Oh, if you're this way, you have to go this way. You have to go the whole program. You have to have this heart. No, he's rooted in the love of God. And this is what we see in the first followers in the book of Acts, right? Remember the apostles? These cowards at the beginning of the New Testament, but after the resurrection, after they're filled with the Holy Spirit, they have this boldness and they go get arrested and they say, we strictly charge you not to preach in the name of that Jesus. But what does Peter say? We must obey God rather than men. Let me tell you a secret about Jesus. If you do some study on different things, you'll come up to this fact. Jesus was not the most popular rabbi in Jewish history. Other rabbis had bigger followings. They had more influence while they're alive. Jesus was not the coolest man who ever lived. He wasn't. The coolest man who ever lived did not say things and do things that would get himself crucified. Jesus was not cool, but he was the most differentiated, the most sober, and he would not be carried along by anyone or anything because he knew his Father's love at his deepest level. That's why Jesus could speak uncomfortable truths, and he could speak nothing but the truth. So he continues, verse 47, woe to you, for you build the tombs of the prophets whom your fathers killed. So you are witnesses, and you consent to the deeds of your fathers, for they killed them, and you build their tombs. Therefore also the wisdom of God said, I will send them prophets and apostles. Some of them they will kill and persecute, so that the blood of all the prophets shed from the foundation of the world may be charged against this generation. From the blood of Abel to the blood of Zechariah, who perished between the altar and the sanctuary. Yes, I tell you, it will be required of this generation. Now, this is not a fight Jesus sought to instigate, but it was the fight that came to him. His lawyer opponents kept insisting on lawyering him to condemnation. So Jesus says, okay, if you want to play lawyer, I'll do it, and I'll out-lawyer you in your game. So he calls his prophetic witnesses to the stand. Prophets A to Z. Abel in Genesis chapter 3. Zechariah in 2 Chronicles chapter 24.